G'day everyone, welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Tuesday the 24th of June. I'm Jackson. As always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you want to fast forward to one of these options in particular. You just want to skip some other stuff if you already know that. I'll just cover again that there is a huge fucking maintenance that's going to be in the basically in a day or two. Type these times here into Google, and it should give you just like a translation of like what your time is, and so you can just keep tabs of when that's going to start. Because yeah, for most people that's going to be rough. So it's basically going to cover 3/4 of a day, maybe more depending on if they need to extend it or not. So yeah, worth keeping that in mind because it could disrupt people. So this set here is good. There's some good ones. There's a couple of annoying ones, but most of it's okay. I would personally go provisioning. Go healing in Cyrodiil and Guildmate. I think these three are fine. Void Creatures is okay too, and this one's fine if you've got a Guildmate, but yeah, I just prefer being able to do things on my own, so I'm not waiting for other people. But yeah, I'll just cover everyone, because I don't think there's anything wrong with any of these. They're all pretty good. So I'll start with provisioning. So you can do this if you invest a little bit into a couple of recipes. You can do this for free from that point on. So let me show you what I would do. So, in the south side of Volkagard and Oridon, use this way shown to come to Salted Wings Tavern. Obviously, you can go to any tavern in the game and do the same thing, but just Salted Wings is right next to the area that you want to use to be able to do this for free. So, what you're looking for is any chef. In this case, there's Alice right here. So, just open up the menu with her, and you want to buy 2 recipes. So, just check if you've already got the recipes, because you might. You can also get these on guild stores for less. It's also worth keeping that in mind. But yeah, you can buy these for 270 gold each. You don't have to buy both, but at least have one. Particularly banana surprises is usually what I recommend. But yeah, my advice is buy these 2, because there's both apples and bananas in this location that I use. So being able to use both is good, just in case there's not enough of one type. Alright, so once you got those 2, so yeah, it's half a grand of gold to spend, but once you've spent that on one character, you can now do this for free, like forever, so it's good. Now, where we're headed is just next to the Harvest Gift boat to the Gold Coast. There's this square pier here, that's what we're looking for. So here, there are a couple of things to look at. Firstly, there's a couple of baskets. There's an apple basket here you can claim apples from. There's another basket over here, it's empty, but usually there's apples in it. And then there is a tray over here which has bananas and apples in it. So take all these things here, and you'll usually have enough stuff to craft some, cook some food with the 2 recipes that we got. So we come over here to this cooking station, and now we want to go to, oh god, what is this lag? Jesus Christ. What's so laggy? Yep, okay, so the add-on's a bit fucked up. Alright, no worries. So, go to fruit dishes, baked apples, banana surprise. These are what you're looking for. So just craft as many as you need to be able to do this. Now, keep in mind, if you have leveled up provisioning, you'll be able to get the chef passive here. And what this does is it increases the amount that you get per recipe. So, or each time you use one. So this, you only need like 1 or 2 in that case. Of these items in order to craft enough to be able to do this. So yeah, just to give you an example, I'll put chef on, and then I'll just use 2. And yeah, that's that endeavor done. Very easy. Okay, so next up is healing in Cyrodiil, or healing in PvP areas. So with this one, my advice to you is, so what you need to understand is this amount is actually missing health. So if you just try and heal yourself in Cyrodiil, nothing will happen. But if you lose some health and then heal yourself, it'll work. So what you can do is grab some skills that will take your health away, and then you heal the missing health that you just used, and then you can just do it without having to do any PvP at all. It literally just get into Cyrodiil and do it. Now, what I would suggest to you is do this last, because you can do all these ones, and then you can queue into Cyrodiil or Imperial City at any time. And so if you're in the middle of nowhere just trying to get some of these other ones done, like for example the Void Creatures, if you wanted to do that, you can just go to Cyrodiil straight away after, and it just means you're not messing around as much. So just keep that in mind. Try and do that last, but yeah, it's one of the easiest options, so I'll explain it now. So what are some options to remove your own health? The one that every class is going to have access to is Blood Altar. In order to get this, you need to be level 10, and you need to go to any of these 2 locations. Salted Wings Tavern here, so you can use this for doing the Missing Health one, or healing in Cyrodiil 1. Fish Stink in Stonefalls in Devon's Watch, with a Wayshan that you start with. The quickest one to get to, though, if you just want to do this one and not the provisioning one, is Rosy Lion. The tall orc lady over here, she gives the same thing. So all you have to do is accept this quest. You don't have to complete it. You just have to have accepted the quest. You'll unlock the Undaunted skill line, you'll unlock Blood Altar, and this removes your health. So this is probably the easiest one to use. Well, easiest one to get. Nightblades have the best option though, because this gives you resources back. So you use this to take your health away and give you resources, and then you use your resources to get health back. So it's just a symbiotic process, so it's really good. So other than that, my other suggestion is get a burst heal and use Blood Frenzy from Vampirism if you can. Or if you can, morph it to Simmering Frenzy, because the other one reduces the cost of it, which is not what you want. You want it to cost more. So Frenzy is good because if you're not familiar, weapon and spell damage actually impacts your healing. So this just directly increases how fast you can do this. And then bonus points if you've got healing soul with the Vitality affix script, the 3rd one, because that increases your healing done even further. But you can also use things like all classes have their own burst heal. Healthy Offering is a good example for Nightblades because that gives you minor mending, which increases your healing done again. So yeah, I'll use this as a burst heal, and I'll put on Vampirism too. Yeah, now we go to Cyrodiil. You can use Imperial City or Cyrodiil, doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to enter campaign here. Just accept when it comes up, and it will port you to Cyrodiil. Then as soon as you get in, just make sure you got your stuff on, and now put Vampirism on, and just spam siphoning attacks. And then Vigor, and then burst heal, siphoning, and just repeat that process until you get the Endeavor done. So yeah, as you can see, it only takes like a couple of minutes. Not even, usually like 1 minute. Yeah, you can see why I love to do this one. It's super easy. Now, if you're not level 10, that's the thing. You can't even enter Cyrodiil. So by the time you get access to being able to do this, you'll have access to Blood Altar. So yeah, just get that and use that. Way better than just getting hurt in Cyrodiil. Just takes so much longer. Daily quests. There's 5 in total that you can use this for, and it's a bit weird what counts as a guild daily. So firstly, you can't do writs. They don't work. You can't do pledges. That's one of the main things that sucks. So Glirian, Maj, and Urgarlag, none of the pledges for them actually count for the guild dailies, which is weird because this is literally a guild. What does work is there's actually another quest giver here. God, what's his name? Sorry, let me find him. This guy here, Bolgrul. So his quest works for the guild daily, but the pledges don't. It's never made sense to me. So yeah, Bolgrul gives you a daily pledge. I'm not a big fan of this though, because you have to kill the Delve boss, and sometimes they can take a while to respawn, so you're just kind of wasting your time. My preferences for this is either do a heist for Thieves Guild if you've got access to that DLC. Do a Black Sacrament, they're pretty good too. You'll get a bounty from doing those, but they're instance and like pretty quick to do. The reason I say instance is good is because other players can't impact what's going on, whereas they can for the Delve. It's annoying, because if they kill the boss, it means that you have to wait for it to respawn. It's kind of annoying. Now, the other 2 options, which I think are also pretty good, is the Fighter's Guild Daily Dolmens, which you can get from Deshaan as well. And then in the Mage's Guild, this is my preference here. So the Public Dungeon Dailies. With these ones, you also get another instance one where it's like this chest that you can loot from. And no matter what players are doing in the public dungeon, it won't impact you. As a matter of fact, having other players in there killing stuff is actually better, because it means you don't have to run past all the enemies and like either deal with fighting them or going invisible or whatever. It's not a big deal if you got like a stage 4 vampirism sprint build or whatever, but yeah, it's just like, it's, I think, the most reliable one. The only problem is going to be getting initial access to all the public dungeons, because if you don't have any of the Wayshans nearby, it can be a pain in the ass. But what I will suggest is I'm going to link something in the description it's going to be a UESP page for finding every house. So what you can do is, say you get this one, right? So it's this one here. So what I can do is I can bring this thing up. So let me show you. You can put in Control F, or I'm not sure what it would be on phone. Might struggle a little bit more. But if you have a browser, you can type in Stormhaven, and it shows you a list of all the different houses. And if you click on this map, it takes you to the interactive UESP map I showed you the other day with the Thieves' Troves. And what you can do is you can find the location of the house in player housing, and you can see here, this one's actually quite close to Bone Snap Ruins, which is what we've got as a quest today. So in this case, you could go, oh, okay, so I'll use this in home tours. So go ahead and I put P in there by accident. So what you can do is go home tours, browse homes, and we can look up Hammerdeath Bungalow. So now we get this one here. So you travel to it, you'll go to this house here, and then you leave, go out the front door, and it will keep you. It'll take you here. And what that means is you can then just go around here, get this way shown, and then you got easy access to Bone Snap Ruins. So that just cuts down a lot of the issues that you're going to have, like traveling around if you don't have these way shines. It's really helpful for that. Alright, so try not to get into a fight with any of the enemies if you can. It's great if you've got either a Nightblade or a character with the Nightblade Shadow skill line, because you can cloak and you can get past enemies. Or a stage 4 Vampirism build that has invisibility. Any of that stuff is really helpful for ignoring fights or avoiding fights. Because the more fights you have to deal with, the longer it's going to take. So on the quest map, on the map, sorry, you can see the quest here. This is what we're looking for. It's all the way on the other side. But the good thing is, the chest, like, other players can't interfere with it. Like, you don't have to wait for the chest to respawn. Your chest will be different to everybody else's. It'll be its like own version. That just means you're spending less time dealing with this shit. Come over here, you see the chest. Let me just grab this bad boy. Now you can go all the way out. If you've got a house somewhere, like this one for example, I usually travel to that. But this is why I like using Deshawn for all these dailies. Because if you buy this for like 10 grand, you can use this to travel to Deshawn really easily. So I'll just go travel outside. So why have I chosen Deshawn over the other two options, right? Because I know some people like Grotwood. Because Grotwood you can also hand in the stuff. Like you got the Undaunted Daily here, which is actually relatively easy to reach. The only issues I have is one, the Mage's Guild Daily in Elden Root is fucking... You have to go on foot and it's like longer than using a mount. And then Stormhaven, the house that you can use to get quick access, is a little bit further away and it's also quite expensive. Whereas this one here, because that one's like, I think 100,000 gold plus, whereas this one here is only 10 grand. So it's a lot easier to get access to. Or a lot less taxing on your money. And that is the daily quest endeavor done. So the option that you get will most likely not be the one that I just had, but just follow that same strategy. So for example, if like you get the one in Hall of the Dead, getting to Eastmarch, you know, you've got Grimhearth's Woe right there, right? So you can just use home tools for the same thing. Or like, for example, Lost City of the Nototambu. You've got this one over here. It's Blade Sword Finger's Readout, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure that's the closest one, because the other ones are over here, yeah. Yeah, you get the picture. Just use that to make your life a whole lot easier. And also buy this house if you've got enough gold to spend on it. Believe me, it'll be worth it in the long run. Just for the sake of getting to Deshawn. Because there's a lot of things here that are really helpful to have access to. We get into Void Creatures. We had this one pop up the other day, and I still think this one's not... This is probably one of the most annoying, like, kill enemy type ones to do, aside from maybe Stone Atronachs. There's only two real places you can do this. One of them requires the Markarth DLC. The other one requires you to have the Necrom DLC. So unfortunately, this is the DLC only option. So with the Markarth one, I'll just explain this first. I don't actually have access to this DLC on this character, so I can't really show you. But I did showcase it the other day. So if you want that, I'll also link that in the description. But I'll go through the Disquiet Study, which is the other option. So if you want to use Markarth, you've got two options. You've got 4 Skull Lookout here, which is a Void Mother or Void Lich world boss. This one's good because it spawns a lot of things that count as void creatures, but the world boss can take a while to respawn. Like it's like got like a 5-minute timer usually for respawning. That being said, sometimes it can respawn quicker. I don't understand the like what causes that, but yeah, I've seen it respawn pretty quick sometimes, just depending on, I think, if certain players get into the area that haven't done it before. The other option here, so in Markarth, you've got these great lifts here, and these take you to the Blackreach Arcspan Cavern area. So the Arcspan one over here, that's this one here. So take the Waystone that you start with, go up a little bit north, and you reach this one. And this is right next to the Library of Arcspan, which is what you want. This area here has a bunch of void creatures, but just understand, this is where fucking everyone is going to be. So, yeah, just worth keeping that in mind. There will be tons of players here trying to do the same thing, I guarantee it. Now, what you're looking for is 3 things. There's like a... actually, I'll go to the Quiet Study and show you, because they'll all be there as well. So the other one is Disquiet Study over here. Now, initially, if you haven't been to Necrom before, or Apocrypha before, you won't have any Wayshines. To sort that problem out quickly, again, we're going to use Home Tours, because this is the fucking best thing in the world. Browse Homes, and you're looking for Tower of the Unutterable Truth. So you have to go all the way down to the bottom. It's this one here. So hit that one, and now we'll travel over to one of these. I'll show you an example here of Home Tours, why it's so good. Alright, so when we're in here, just leave home straight away. And this will take you to Apocrypha. Obviously, if you don't have the DLC, I think it takes you back to where you were. But what this will do is take you literally right across the way from Disquiet Study over here. So my advice to you is firstly, just get this Wayshine here, so that in the future, if you ever want to do this one again, you've got access to the Wayshines, so you don't have to travel to someone's house again. So here we are, Disquiet Study. Let's head on inside. I don't think you have a... Oh yeah, you do have a choice. So yeah, let's go this way. Let's watch out for the Seafaring Obelisk. That's not what you want. You want things that look like this. This is a void creature. So it's got like the glowing face. That's the easiest way to know. So all you want to do is come through here, and they'll spawn from there. So that's this is a shade. This is a void creature. That's one. So these are going to be the main ones that you see across here. So kill these things and they will count as void creatures. Come down here, you'll find the same thing. Past the Watcher. You can see another one there. What you really want, though, is this guy here. So these things are good, but this guy is where it's at. This guy alone can give you all you need, and also give everybody else all they need. So don't fucking kill this thing, please. If you want to help other people, don't kill them. This is why. They spawn these void rots, and these count as void creatures, and they spawn them pretty frequently. So I won't skip just so you can see in real time. Yeah, they'll create these AoEs afterwards, and just make sure you don't step in them, and that's fine. Got a couple of void shades over there as well if you want to use them. But look, another group of 2 void rots. So these are good. So you kill them, and then you just get him to spawn another 2, and now literally just run away. If you're a Nightblade, even better, because you can just cloak and get out of combat. So what that'll do is, now if someone else wants to kill void creatures, as long as they're not completely ignorant to the fact that you can get everything you need from one of those, just don't kill it, and then everybody's fucking happy. But, you know, it's never the case with fucking MMOs like this, is it? So yeah, just do that, and that's all you need. Obviously you can kill all the shades if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just use the Colossus. So the Void Goop, the Colossus, the Shades, the Void Mothers, they all count as void creatures. Now if you're wondering, do Dromothra count? Unfortunately they don't. I really think they should eventually change it so that so that Dromothra count, because theoretically, not here, sorry, it's this area, Fort Grimwatch. I think they should count, because they are void creatures theoretically. They come from the dark behind the world, which is the fucking void, and they talk about the void when you fucking fight them. It's so bizarre to me. But yeah, I do wish It's my wish as a player that they eventually allow you to use Drone Marthra, because that would be great. Because you'd literally have, if you've got Thieves Guild, you'd have access to more of Locage as well as an instanced area, because there's a bunch of really weak-ass void creatures in the start of that trial that you can just kill on your own. Like, it'd be so good. But alas, nothing is perfect. Okay, last option to talk about is completing Infinite Archive stages with a guildmate. So it should be noted that you don't have to be in a big guild for this to work. Obviously, it's convenient if you're already in one and you can find a player from there. But you can kind of just do this with any rando player off the street. And the way to do that is to build your own guild. It doesn't take long, it's like 20 seconds. So what you want to do is go creating and joining guilds here. As long as you've got a guild space available, go create guild. Just literally fucking just jam your head against the keyboard. Just make sure you don't have any weird symbols. Go create, and that'll work. And what you do now is just be aware, you should do this before you enter Infinite Archive, because I've had issues where I've done this after I've entered, and then it doesn't work. So do this before you enter. I just as a safe, let's just say, just like a, just as a thing of assurance, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but so what you want to do now is go to the roster, and now whoever you find, you can add member, and you can either use their @name, so I can use, in this case, Team Lads, or you can use their character name, so Bale, yeah, there we go, so Baleween, I can just do that, and then they'll get the invite to join, and then they just have to select join. Once that happens, now you can group up, so just invite to group, have them accept, and now you go into an Infinite Archive, and it will be fine. So Infinite Archive is this. It should be noted that this is base game. Even though it's in Apocrypha and like this zone requires Necrom, you can actually travel here without the DLC. So just it's worth keeping that in mind. Everybody's got access to this. So the guild is like guildmate part is the only issue here, the only requirement. So the player they must be in the Infinite Archive with you. They can't just be in the foyer or outside. I've tested this. They have to be in the instance with you. Now, I am using two different accounts in one, in this case, but I'm just going to play one. I mainly just want to show you that no matter how incapable the other person is, it doesn't matter. You can easily do this shit on your own. You just need a decent character. Just get Order's Wrath and like some gold weapons, and like you'll be able to just you'll be able to sleep through this shit. Trust me. So when you're both near the door, you travel through. So I've had weird instances where even though the other player's right next to the door, they haven't been brought in, and it's bugged out and it's prevented them from entering. I don't know what the fuck causes that, but if it happens, just leave, reset the instance, and come back. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, so it's kind of annoying. Alright, so just starting off, so these are stages. So stages have a couple of melee enemies and a ranged enemy. So what I suggest you do is, oh god, really? Get these guys to focus me? Nope. They are completely interested in them and not me. So yeah, what I normally do is I stack on the ranged enemy and I pull all the melee enemies to me. So yeah, you can see that they're not too difficult. Gotta make sure you. Why are they so invested in them? That's weird. I'm literally. They are abandoning all reason just to attack the other player. That's weird. I haven't seen this before. Normally I'll attack them and they'll be interested in me. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so these guys here, these vanguards, always interrupt them, because if you don't, they become redonkulously tanky. It's bloody annoying. I guess I'm far enough away. They prioritize me. So yeah, the third wave of every stage will have one of these tougher enemies. I mean, not always, but in most cases it will. So that's a stage. That's all you have to do. So just complete the 3 waves and then get through. Now with the other player, it becomes way easier. With 2 people, it's like the early stages are like super easy. Now once you complete a stage, you get a burst. So these are temporary buffs that can be either very powerful or sometimes it can be absolute shit. Like fucking hate Assault, it's so terrible. But yeah, Mighty Bash is pretty good. So if you interrupt an enemy, it basically kills everything around them. And once you both accept your verses, you can move on to the next stage. So the way Infinite Archive goes, it goes stage, stage, and then cycle. And cycles are bosses. They're a bit different. But unfortunately with cycles, they don't count as their own stage. So you have to kill the boss and then get to the next 2 stages, and then you'll complete it. Just keep that in mind. So again, I'll immediately try and pull these guys to get their attention. Yep, good. So I'll go over to the melee, the ranged enemy, and I mean the verse kill them, but yeah. See, the melee enemies will come to you, the ranged ones won't. So it's best to stack the melee weapons when you can. Alright, so here we go. Verse number 2. Defensive maneuver, grasping links. Sometimes you'll get like offensive ones, defensive ones, or utility ones. They all like have their own sort of uses. I try to avoid these types. I try to go to offensive ones because the early stages are like, you kind of don't need defense. You can you benefit most of the offensive stuff. But yeah, yeah, whatever. Just get resources back. That's good. Here's the cycle I was talking about. So you get this little arena here, and you fight a boss. This is all there is to it. So this is the whole cycle section. So after this will be 2 more stages. Alright, I thought I'd just do that with the orb just to get it done quicker. Okay, so when you complete a cycle and defeat a boss, you get a money mint chest. It's got some stuff in it. It's got some archival fortunes, which is nice because that's what you use to buy the stuff in the Infinite Archive stores. Which are going to have some goodies. Now, visions. These come from cycles. They're like verses, but they aren't as powerful, but they last the entire arc run until you leave. And then they just go away. So in this case, some of these can also be kind of pointless to you, because like I get the martial one on a stamina build, it'd be great, but I don't do much martial damage, so it's kind of like useless to me. But then you get dodge reduced. I suppose that's okay. And yeah, the other one would affect status effects and trap, I suppose, but yeah, it's not super important. So once both people get their verses, now they can continue on to the next stage. So it's literally just this repeat of that. It'll be that like 4 more times through the arc, and then you get to the boss. So in this case, again, you just go into the black circle, that spawns the next stage, you fight 3 waves, you go to the next stage, fight 3 waves, and that's all the stuff done. Just make sure your guildmate is with you. Now, if you want to leave Archive, you can either use your houses just to port out, like as we saw before, like Mara's Kiss or Flaming Nyx in that case. Or you can use the index. This will take you out. And then you can leave via this portal here. This will take you back to where you came in from whichever wayshrine you travelled in by. So you can use that to leave at your leisure. You can also use the hourglass to reset the instance if it breaks. So this is how you do it. So you just hit this, and that'll reset it. Then you just leave, and then you can come back in when you're ready. So that's everything. So if you have any questions, as always, just let me know. Be sure to check the links in the description if you need the housing, the play housing stuff, or the home tour stuff for the guild dailies. But yeah, for now that's everything. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I will see you next time, and take care.